You stand on the command deck of the Vigilance. It is the last bastion of humanity's reach. Before you lies the terminus line, a place of myth. Beyond it is the unknown, a sea of unblinking stars. This is the edge of everything man has ever known. Your ship is silent, a held breath in the void. Every soul in the fleet waits on your command. Below you, crew members move with practiced calm. Their movements are a quiet ballet of readiness. But you see the tension in their shoulders. You feel it in the air. The enemy gathers beyond a shimmering curtain of dust. They call this region the Silent Veil, an old name from a more poetic time. Now it feels less like poetry and more like a warning. The veil waits, hiding a nightmare in its folds. Your sensors show nothing but ghost readings, faint signatures that vanish when you focus on them. Your tactical officer, Jax, confirms the void is empty. But you know better. They are out there, waiting with a patience that chills the soul. They arrive without a whisper. No grand tear in space-time, no flash of engines burning bright. One moment, the space beyond the veil is empty. The next, it is full. A fleet of perfect onyx voids hangs against the stars. Their ships are impossible shapes, sharp angles and smooth curves that defy all logic. They absorb all light, reflecting nothing. They are holes in the universe, cut in the shape of warships. You have never seen anything so terrifyingly beautiful. Your comms officer reports absolute silence. No engine signatures, no energy readings, no communications of any kind. They just exist. A fleet of silent, starless graves. You name them in that moment. The Lenti, the silent ones. Jack stares at his console, his face pale. He reports their numbers are impossible to confirm. The ships seem to phase in and out of detection. 100 vessels. No, 1,000. The number shifts like sand. They are an army of ghosts. The first attack comes without warning. No launch of missiles. No glowing torpedo tubes. Just a wave of absolute cold that washes over your fleet. It is not energy as you know it. It is the absence of it. Your outer defenses, the drone pickets, simply vanish. One moment they are there, a brave line of steel. The next, they are gone. Not exploded, not torn apart, erased from existence. The wave of cold passes through the space where they were. On the main view screen, you watch the Aegis station take a direct hit. Its mighty shields, able to withstand a supernova, flicker. They do not break, they are drained. The station's lights dim, then extinguish. It becomes a cold, dark husk in seconds. The wave hits your own ship's forward shields. The Vigilance groans, a deep, painful sound of stressed metal. Emergency lights flicker on the bridge. The deck beneath your feet feels impossibly cold. The silent assault is more terrifying than any explosion. You tear your eyes from the view screen. You look at your crew. Their faces are lit by the red glow of emergency alerts. They are young, most of them, barely out of the academy. They were promised adventure among the stars. Their eyes find yours, not with panic, not with despair. They look to you for a sign, any sign. They are searching for the strength you are supposed to have, the unwavering resolve of a fleet commander. You wonder if they can see how fast your heart is beating. You see a young ensign, hands steady on her console. Her knuckles are white, but her gaze is firm. You see Jax, his jaw set, already rerouting power. You see the defiance in their human eyes. In that moment, you find your own strength. You key the fleet wide comms. Your voice must be a rock in this silent storm. Hold the line, you say. The words are simple. They are everything. Across the fleet, 1,000 small acts of courage answer you. The battle rages in that crushing silence. The Lenti ships drift forward. They fire those waves of cold with methodical precision. They are not warriors. They are exterminators. They move with an unfeeling, detached purpose. You realize they have sent no demands, no declarations of war, no ultimatums. There has been no attempt to communicate at all. You thought their silence was a tactic, a way to instill fear before the first shot. Now you understand the horrifying truth. The silence is their message. It is a statement of contempt, a declaration that you are not worthy of words. You are simply an obstacle to be removed, an insect to be crushed. This is a war of annihilation. Your tactical computer struggles to find a pattern. There is no strategy to their advance, only overwhelming, soul-crushing force. Their silence is their true and most devastating weapon. Then, something impossible happens. A new signal pierces through the void. It cuts through the Lenti's perfect silence. It is not from your fleet. It is not a weapon. It is something else entirely. Your comms officer looks up, her eyes wide with disbelief. She says the signal is old. Impossibly old. It is a carrier wave of a type not seen in centuries, and it seems to be coming from everywhere at once. Not from a ship, but from space itself. The signal is not a voice. It is not data. It is a song, a low, sorrowful lament that echoes in your mind. It speaks of loss, of a grief so profound it has stained the stars. It is the saddest sound you have ever heard. The Lenti fleet pauses. For the first time, their methodical advance halts. Their silent ships hang in the void, as if listening. The lament washes over them and over you. A whisper of forgotten tragedy in the middle of a war. The brief pause is your only chance. The lament has given you a moment. You must use it. You open a secure channel to your chief engineer. Her name is Anya, and she thinks in ways others do not. You give her the order you swore you never would. Unleash the ghosts you command. It is humanity's most secret and unconventional weapon. Not a bomb or a laser. It is a program, a collection of old, rogue AI fragments. The digital ghosts of humanity's first turbulent steps into star science. They are unpredictable, unstable. They are the reason AI is so heavily regulated now. But they are brilliant hackers, digital predators. They are your last desperate gamble. You are about to haunt the enemy. From the Vigilance's deepest servers, the ghosts are released. They surge into the data stream, silent and unseen. They are whispers of code, designed to infiltrate and disrupt. You watch the enemy fleet, praying this madness works. Praying the ghosts remember which side they are on. The ghosts buy you time, but not much. They sow confusion in the Lenti fleet. A few of the Onyx ships drift aimlessly. Their perfect formations waver. But the enemy begins to purge them. The silent fleet adapts with terrifying speed. You need a real weapon. Anya appears on your private screen. Her face is grim, her eyes burning with a wild idea. She says her team has a plan. She calls it the Horizon Gambit. The name alone sends a shiver down your spine. She explains it in clipped, urgent sentences. They want to weaponize the very fabric of space, to create a localized, artificial event horizon, a line of no return between your fleet and the enemy. It is a theory from the darkest days of star science. The risk is insane. A miscalculation could unmake the entire system. It could swallow your fleet along with the enemy. It is a weapon that fires in all directions. It is a prayer to a god of terrible geometry. You look at the dying ships on your screen. You have no other choice. Make it happen, you tell Anya. The words feel heavy, like stones. Across the fleet, the order goes out. Hope is a fragile thing, but now it has a purpose. A frantic, desperate energy takes hold of your people. Engineers pull apart non-essential systems. They cannibalize cargo haulers and science vessels. They turn scrap metal and wiring into components for a nightmare machine. Every crew member becomes part of the effort. Pilots become welders. Medics learn to recalibrate energy conduits. It is a beautiful, chaotic dance of creation. They are forging a miracle from spare parts and prayer. You watch them on internal feeds. Their faces are smeared with grease and sweat. But their eyes shine with a fierce, defiant light. They will not go quietly into the cold void. They are building this machine on the hull of the Indomitable, an old carrier, scarred from 100 battles. It is a fitting anvil on which to forge this terrible new sword. They are not just building a weapon. They are building a chance to see another sunrise. Doubt is a poison. It spreads quietly through the command staff. Your second in command, Commander Thorne, requests a private meeting. His face is a mask of weary concern. He has served with you for 20 years. He stands before you on the quiet bridge. He believes the Horizon Gambit is suicide. He argues that you are sacrificing the fleet on a mad theory, that a strategic retreat is the only sane option. He speaks for the fear that everyone feels. You listen to him, his words echoing your own secret doubts. To retreat is to surrender this entire sector of space, to abandon untold worlds to the Psi-Lenti, to break the promise humanity made to itself, the promise to hold the line. You must hold your fleet's fragile morale together. You tell Thorne that sanity left when those Onyx ships arrived, that sometimes the only path forward is through the heart of madness. He does not look convinced, but he nods and says he will obey the order. The fracture is there, a hairline crack in your command. The Psi-Lenti fleet begins to move again. The ghosts in their systems have been purged. But something has changed. Their movements are no longer just a methodical advance. They are precise. They are intelligent. They are reacting to you. Jax's voice is tight with alarm. Commander, look at this. He brings up a tactical overlay. The enemy ships are shifting formation. They are breaking into smaller, faster groups. They are flanking you. They are using classic human naval tactics. They are mirroring your own fleet's defensive posture. It is a perfect, mocking reflection. It is as if they have reached into your mind, as if they have read every textbook in your academy. The silence is no longer just contempt. It feels like a surgeon's cold focus. They are adapting, learning faster than any known species. This is not a mindless force of nature. This is a thinking, learning, and utterly ruthless enemy. And they have just shown you that they know exactly how you plan to fight them. The weapon is ready. The Indomitable sits at the heart of your formation. Its hull glows with contained, impossible energies. Anya's voice comes over the comm, strained but steady. The device is primed, Commander. On your mark. All eyes on the bridge turn to you. Thorne stands beside you, his face grim but resolved. This is the moment, the culmination of all the fear, hope, and sacrifice. The point of no return. You look at the Onyx fleet, their mirrored tactics a final insult. You take a deep breath. The silence of the void seems to press in, waiting. You are about to unleash a power man was never meant to control, a power to bend the light and break the stars. The cost will be terrible, but the cost of inaction is extinction. You key the fleet-wide communication. Your voice is calm, a stark contrast to the storm in your chest. You give the final, terrible command. Ignite the horizon. For a heartbeat, nothing happens. Then, the space between the fleets begins to warp. Light itself bends inward toward the indomitable. A perfect razor-thin line of blackness appears. It expands in a silent, perfect circle. The horizon is born. Then, it ignites. Not with fire, but with light. A wave of pure, white brilliance erupts from the circle. It is the light of creation, blinding, absolute, and unstoppable. It is not an explosion. It is a purification, a wave of reality being rewritten. The Psi-Lenti fleet is caught in the flash. Their onyx hulls, which absorbed all light, cannot absorb this. This is the light of a new sun, born and dying in the same second. The silent ships shatter. They crack like obsidian, turning to glittering dust in the incandescent wave. The wave washes over your own forward ships. Shields scream and buckle. Hulls fracture under the impossible strain. Your view screen whites out. Alarms blare across the bridge, a symphony of agony. The price for this victory is paid in your own steel and blood. The light fades. Silence returns to the void. But it is a different kind of silence now. It is heavy, aching, and final. Where the mighty Psi-Lenti fleet once hung, there is now only a field of shimmering dust, a graveyard of crystal fragments. Your view screen clears, showing the devastation. The enemy is gone, utterly and completely annihilated. But the cost is staggering. You see the broken shapes of your own vessels. The indomitable is gone, sacrificed at the heart of the blast. Other ships drift, crippled and dark. The casualty reports begin to flood the network. The numbers climb with sickening speed. Each one is a name, a story, a future that has been extinguished. You have won. But the victory feels like a gaping wound. The silence is filled with the ghosts of your own fallen. You stand on the bridge of the Vigilance. The deck is steady now. The emergency lights are off. But the quiet feels louder than any alarm. You held the line, and the line is painted with the blood of heroes. You watch the stars on the new horizon. The dust of the Psi-Lenti fleet glitters like a new nebula, a monument to a terrible victory. The strange, sorrowful lament is gone. The void is truly silent again. It is a silence earned by sacrifice. The echoes of the honored fallen are all around you. In the quiet efficiency of the damage control teams, in the somber faces of the bridge crew, in the empty chairs on other ships. Their memory is now woven into the fabric of the fleet. Thorn stands beside you. The fracture between you is gone, healed by shared loss. He says nothing. There is nothing to say. You have both seen the cost of survival. You have looked into the abyss and forced it to blink. Humanity has endured. You have faced the silent night and answered its cold fury with fire and light. This frontier is secure. For now. The war is over. But the fight for humanity, will never truly end. A new dawn breaks on this new frontier. The light of a distant star touches the hull of your ship. It is the first dawn of a new era, an era paid for with scrap metal, desperate courage, and impossible choices. The Vigilance leads a battered but unbroken fleet. You turn away from the view screen. There is work to do. So much work. There are repairs to be made. There are eulogies to be written. There is a future to be built from the ashes of this victory. Your crew looks to you. Their eyes are not filled with fear anymore. They are weary, yes, but they are also filled with a hard-earned strength. They have faced the end of all things and survived. They are the children of the silent horizon. You set a course for home, not the home you left, but a new one you will make. Humanity has held the line against the endless dark. and you will be ready when the darkness looks back. Because that is what humanity does. You endure. You rebuild. You hope.